Hi, I'm Lou, another episode of My Car Story. I'm here at the Klairmont Collection. I'm with Andrew Vogel.
Great to see you, Lou, always.
Vice President of Marketing and Sales. And Andrew, tell us first of all about the Klairmont Collection.
Yeah, now this is such a cool place. It's a private automobile museum in the city of Chicago. We're about 100,000 square feet, over 300 automobiles on display here in a magnificent setting. It's just a terrific and wonderful place. If you have a big group of folks, like 20 or more, come see us. Otherwise, go to ClairmontKollections.org. That's 2 Ks, Klairmont K, collectionk.org. But Lou's here, so we're going to see a car.
And it's a private museum, so you'd have to have that group to set it up. But we're going to see a great car. So let me grab that. And Andrew, what are we seeing here in the Woodie room today?
All right, so what we have here is a 1949 Chrysler Town & Country convertible.
Wow.
And I say it just that way because this convertible, the 49, was the last year Chrysler did the Woodie, the Town & Country, if you will, in convertible form. They made very few of these. There were only 993 of these made in 1949. We happen to have a stunning example. This one has won many awards. A national award from the Classic Car Automobile Museum of America, and it also won first place at Meadowbrook back in the day too, because of its remarkable restoration and authenticity. So it's really a supreme example of what these cars were made to look like in the day.
Wow. What a amazingly beautiful. I want to try to get the side of the car so people can kind of take that in. We've got other cars around it, but we've got a pretty good view right there. All right, let's take a look at, we got the wonderful Chrysler scripting and the beautiful white walls. Look at the kind of the trim work there. It goes along the car, down the side. We'll get to some more of that. The Town & Country. Mirrors there. Look at the wood. Look at how this is grooved together there. Amazing. Pull out. You know, when you think of the Woodie, you think of California, you know, kind of California cruising. And you don't really get the idea of how big these cars are. But this is massive. I mean, really cool how it's got that script. And the difference between the 49 and the 50, this whole back end opens up in a 50 when it's together. But show them how this opens up, if you would, please.
Yeah, so this one's different. Most of the, like the sedan would open here later on, so the whole rear section opens up. This one, only the top portion.
So
it has these great big struts.
So you can see the back stays there.
Yeah. And these huge struts hold the whole lid assembly up.
This is what I really like, is you learn so much from a historical perspective about these cars and how they were kind of put together. Let's shut that, if you wouldn't mind.
Well, before you do, take a look at this, because you've got the center latch here for the initial closure, right, where the latch
go ahead,
itself
turn
is.
it. It'll show it pulls on
you
both
can
sides.
see, and you see how that all works, and then you've got the extra latches on the side. Well, and partly because of the wood, you know, because the wood is organic and it shifts and moves a little bit with humidity and temperature changes. So you've got to be sure that it really stays closed no matter what. Yeah.
And look at the way the wood's put together there. Is that shut? Give it another.
No, it is, but it's wood, and this is what happens.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Look at the cool reverse lamps there. There's like a little centerpiece to it. There's where the gas goes in is a little unique. Kind of flaps down that way. Look at those tail lights. Small tail lights for an overall size of this car when you look at it. But pretty cool. Andrew, please open that door. I want to show like what a person, how big this car. Now, Andrew, stay right there. Andrew's 6'1", 6 foot, something like that. I mean,
6 feet.
I mean, that door is massive.
Yeah, it's a big, heavy door on a big, heavy car. And it's quite a bit off the ground, too. You know, the ground clearance here is substantial.
So this is kind of what the driver sees right there. And we've got the vehicle number. And being a convertible, we get the beautiful interior here for you. You can see the outboard lights on there. Look at that. This too for the extra light there.
Yeah, this car has the spotlight like this, as you see on the A-pillar, but it also has the yellow fog lights too, which is kind of unusual.
It's got the word turn indicator there. And beam indicator there. That crown behind the glass there.
And this one has its original Philco radio too.
Let's check that out. Let's move over to there's a couple of gauges here. I notice a gauge there.
And you'll see the heater controls there. And I mention this because it ergonomically, as we think of cars today, are all really tailored toward the driver. But that radio and those climate controls are a long way from anybody. To reach those was quite an adventure in the day while you're driving down the road.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting in the car. I'm sitting, as you can see, in the steering, and here's my hand.
And you're 6 inches for 3 inches.
Yeah.
Until, I mean, you're a long way from the radio.
You're not gonna hit the dash too often on this. All right, let's take a look under the hood, shall we?
Huh? There we go. The Spitfire 6-cylinder.
Wow. So clean.
It's really in remarkable condition. Yep.
They're really cool.
And you see
Look
on
at the number of plugs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I'm doing that right. Is that right?
so maybe I could be wrong. It could be the 8-cylinder.
It is the 8-cylinder.
I saw this big inline block, and I thought it was the 6. Yeah.
You would think that, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Look at even the oil filter down there. Look at that detail.
And you can see in these earlier cars, you've got the heater core for the heat inside the cabin was way up front here, not like we'd think of it in the firewall now, but now it's just this whole heater box assembly right up front.
Look at that. Look at the front end. Let me just show this from the hood up kind of look. I mean, you gotta be careful on those points. You'll bang yourself on that.
Yeah.
So here's the heater that Andrew was talking about. And it comes right down in here. Notice there's a little word winter there. You don't think, this is me thinking, I don't think of a convertible and winter being one and the same. So it's interesting that they have that, like that. There's that word Spitfire kind of down the center there. Cool. All right, let's, we don't have the opportunity to start this one, or we would, but let's shut the hood. Wow, Andrew's staring next to her.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for being on My Car Story, Andrew.
Always great to see you, Lou. Thanks for coming by.